Welcome back, everybody. Next up in our how-to rope instructional series here, we're going to talk about the eye splice. Now, to do an eye splice, what you need is a wee little tool here, and this is called a marlin spike. Now, this marlin spike's got a bit of a divot down here. You see this? Tapered and pointed to one end. It's got this little channel, this little trough in here. You'll see how that comes in real handy later. This is for picking in between the bits of rope, the strands, to get it opened up so you can pass the other ones in. Now, to do an eye splice, the first thing we need to do is we need to separate the three ends of the rope. What I've done here is I've separated them. I've taped them all off. I've also burnt all the ends of them so they don't fray up on me. We're going to decide how long we want our loop to be. Now, in this case here, I just want a little wee loop to something this big. So I'm going to mark this off with a piece of tape right down in here. And that'll give me a start point. And we're going to also decide how much of the strand we want to be woven in. Now, it doesn't have to, this one's not going to support any weight. I'm not making a tow rope here. I'm not going to carry anything crazy heavy with this. So I probably only need about 3 inches of this in here. So we're also going to mark that off here with another piece of tape, and this is going to keep the whole thing from unraveling on us. So we're just going to wrap this up in here. Put a few quick twists of electrical tape on there just to hold it together. Easy peasy like that. Alright, now go ahead and untwist these 3 strands down. Separate them all up down to a piece of tape. Alright, a little piece of tape right here, a piece of tape right here. Bring them down, just marry these up so that these 2 pieces of tape are side by side. See those right here? And this is where that spike comes in. I'm going to reposition the camera, we're going to get this a little bit closer. I'll show you what we're going to do. Now we're going to use the marlin spike here. And we're going to just, on this, just below our second piece of tape, give it a wee bit of a twist. We're just going to pick in between one of these strands here. We're going to open it up. We're going to stick the spike in there. So we open up this little channel right here. That's where we're going to pass the rope. Now, we're going to bring this back down. You start with any one of these 3 strands. I'm going to grab this one here. And we're going to pass it in. You see how the rope always spins in a certain direction. We're going to make sure that when we're passing this through, that we're crossing diagonal to the strand that's already there. Alright, we're going to start with that one. We're going to put it in there. Pull the spike out. Okay, then we're going to pull this down and out of the way. Okay, and we're going to grab the next one. We've already gone under this one, so we're going to go over it, and we're going to take the spike and we're going to go under the next one. Pick that strand back up. In here, through the little tunnel, and out. Pull the spike out of the way. Pull that in tight. Down and out of the way. Now, third strand, what we've got to do is we're going to flip the whole thing over on its back. We're going to take this last one. We're going to bring it backwards. There's one strand here that hasn't been used yet. We're going to use it. We're going to go past it. Back to here. And then we're going to go in back through like this. Alright, pull the spike out of the way. Snug that down. Get those 3 pulled in nice and secure, nice and snug. We don't want any slack or gaps in there. And now it's just a matter of kind of like braiding hair. Going over and under, over and under, over and under. So this one's coming under here. It's going to go over the next one and under the one after that. We're going to use a spike to open up a little channel here. We're going to sneak this one through. We're going to pull it down diagonal and then back in line. Flip it over, roll it, roll the rope, and go through the next one. Okay, now we're just going to repeat that, repeat that, repeat that. The secret to a good eye splice here is the finish. As you got it pulled down, you got your last ones in. The trick is to put it down on the ground. Roll it all together, get a nice, neat finish on it, and then we're just going to trim these little tag ends off. We're going to burn them, flatten them down while they're still hot. We're going to squish them into the thing, and there it is. iSplice, solid, done, finished. Alright guys, thanks again for coming along. That was just a little quick video there on how to do an iSplice, put that in. Of course, you don't necessarily need to buy a marlin spike. You can fashion your own. You can carve it out of a piece of wood. You don't even need to use one. You just have to untwist and pull those strands apart. Obviously, it becomes a bit of a mess if it starts to fray on you. It's hard to get it through the little spots. So, thanks for coming along. We'll see you again next time. Cheers.